Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the traverse using feet per minute. Again, where our actual file default directory is C and our actual file directory is C. I have a project under Air Balance Tools Commercial Customer A related to the feet per minute traverse. So we're going to go ahead and highlight this and copy it. Go ahead and paste it in our default directory and put a flash in front of it. So now we have our directory set. So now we want to identify the file name, and this is a traverse for an exhaust fan. This may be something that you're troubleshooting or you're doing a semi-annual check on. If there's no transmitter where you can see it through a PDC system or a front end where you're tracking the information. So this is a good way to take a reading and store the data. This way later we can see if things have changed over time. So we're taking a traverse, vertical and horizontal. So this is a hot wire anemometer, and we're measuring feet per minute, 2090. So we would put our 2090 in here, and if we saved it, it would populate both the X and Y traverse if we were to use this section, we would populate X1 through 10 and Y1 through 10. Or we could do 4 sections like so. You can also type them in individually. And then when you save it, it's going to totalize out based on the data that we see here. So we're going to go ahead and copy that, paste it to there, and save there. On our x-axis, we can see that we've got an average feet per minute and average CFM based on this data. Same thing for the y. We have our average feet per minute, CFM. And then we have our totalization, our total average cubic feet, total average feet per minute, our area, and our velocity pressure. How this data is derived is, go ahead and get a calculator. Okay, first of all, we have our round duct area calculation, which is pi times radius squared divided by 144. So radius is going to be half of the circle. So radius would be 12. 12 times 12 equals times pi divided by 144. And that's where we come up with 3141592. Okay, so for our feet per minute calculation, we can figure out 4005 times the square root of the velocity pressure. And here's our velocity equals our feet per minute. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take the square root of our velocity pressure, 0.272325. So 4,005 times the square root of the velocity pressure. So here's the square root of our velocity pressure. We're going to multiply that by 4,005. And we come up with 2089999, just carries on, which equals our feet per minute. Now if we want to figure out our CFM, we multiply that by our area times 3.141592, and this will equal our CFM, 656592. Okay, that says 8, so at the thousandths level we're off by 1,000. So that's our CFM. So now for our velocity pressure. So now we're going to go ahead and go to back to our scientific, and we're going to say our feet per minute, 2090. We're going to go ahead and go 2090 divided by 4,005 to the power of 2 equals, and that's where we come up with our velocity pressure. So now that we understand how these calculations work, we can create a label for this particular file, for this particular exhaust fan. And like I said, this may be something that we're troubleshooting or something that we're recording quarterly, semi-annually, or whatever. And we have a location of our measurement. So as we save to XML, it was saved to the customer A. We save to text. Now if we look at this file, what the actual file looks like. Just like before, we have all our site information, who it was entered by. We'll either have a square duct or a round duct diameter, which this was taken from a round duct diameter. We have our X and Y traverse. We have our averages. We have our totalizations. And then we have our total average velocity pressure, area, feet per minute, CFM, and where this measurement took place. And again, if you created a PDF, we would have a PDF file that we can submit. Now when I say you can give these files to your friends, if they have air balance tools, they can open up these same files. You can share files. And that's why I say, if you're going to enter buy, it's always, you want to put your name and then your email, so if, they can contact you if they have any questions.